Hi everyone, we are Group 5 and this is our ethical analysis video based on the case of a teacher who posted inappropriate content on social media. The video showed a scenario where the teacher's post, although shared outside school hours, reached students' parents, causing concern. So, in this video, the teacher posted a picture having alcohol and she was friends with students, their parents, and her fellow teachers on the social media. So they might see that picture and might not feel good about it. So let's see what we can do about it, and we'll use three ethical theories: utilitarianism, deontology, and virtue ethics to analyze the issue. We'll also reflect on the impact this has on school and share some suggestions for how such situations can be handled. Now over to Dia for the explanation of theory.
Thank you, honey. Now let's take a look at this case through the lens of utilitarianism, which focus on the consequences of this action, which means bringing greater good to greater number of people. The impact of this case have on multiple stakeholders. For students, they might feel confused and disappointed on their teacher as they see them as a role model. For school, they feel they might have reputational damages. The parents can caution their hiring standards. Teacher can face disciplinary action. They can be suspended and terminated from their job. Parents expect the educator to be a role model, expect them to act in a mature and professional way. They might feel betrayed or concerned for their children, for their moral and emotional development. Now teacher can say they were having they were having fun in their personal time, but terrorism focus on the net outcomes. In these situations, the in this situation they were more harm than good. So this in this scenario, it has failed utilitarian test. The next part will be covered by Kusum.
Thank you, Dia. So now I'm going to discuss with you deontology analysis theory. So in this theory, deontology theory focus on duties and rules, not just the results. So teachers are expected to be more role model and behave ethically. So both inside and outside the classroom. Posting inappropriate content break professional code of conduct. So even if the post did not hurt anyone directly, but still it violated teachers' moral and professional duties. So according to deontology, this action is wrong because it disrespects the responsibility and trust placed in educator. Rules exist exist to protect people. So they were ignored in this case. So most school code of conduct and professional teach standards expect educators to model respectful and responsible behavior at all times. So the next part is virtue ethics, and this will discuss by Shubham.
Well said, Kusum. Thank you. For my part, I'll be analyzing the situation from the perspective of virtue ethics. This approach doesn't just look at whether rules were broken, it asks a deeper question: what kind of person should I be? It focuses on moral character, not just isolated actions. For teacher, this is especially important as their role goes beyond delivering lessons. They also see as role models even outside of the classroom. So, when a teacher posts something inappropriate online, it's just not a bad decision. It reflects a gap in the virtues they are expected to live by. Some of the key virtues here include prudence, which means a good judgment. The next one is temperance, which simply means self resistance. And the last one is integrity, which is about being consistent in values and responsibility, especially towards the school and the community where they belong. These just aren't just abstract ideas, they guide how educators behave in real world as well, which includes both offline and online. Let's talk about how the teacher's action shows a failure of character. By posting inappropriate content on public platforms, they fail to show prudence. They think they didn't think through how this might affect students, colleagues, or even the school's reputation. It also shows a lack of temperance or the ability to draw boundaries in public behavior. And the most importantly, it reveals a disconnect between the professional responsibility and personal choices. Teachers have a duty to model ethical behavior all the time, even online. When they don't, it can break the trust that's so essential to a healthy learning environment. So, from a perspective of virtual ethics standpoints, this isn't just violating policies, it's about not living up to the kind of character the profession demands. Now, to wrap up our presentation, we reflected on a few key questions as a group to connect this case to the real world scenario. So, my first question would be towards Honey. What is the potential impact you think would be on the school community? Oh, hi, Honey. I think your mic is not on.
I'm so sorry. So I think it can damage trust between students, parents, and staff. It may also cause students to feel uncomfortable, affecting the learning environment. So imagine being student and saying such posts, like your teacher having alcohol and posting it publicly, and then next day going to her class, might not feel safe, or we might feel uncomfortable. We might not even respect her. Like we might not think of that great of her. You know.
Yeah, totally. That's really true. Trust is a fragile thing, and once it's broken, it's hard to rebuild. It's not something you can glue it up between days, weeks, or months past. Moving on to my second question, which would be my which would be to my crewmate, that is Dia. What should the school do in this response?
I feel like they can conduct an investigation that would be an impartial investigation. They can give a chance to their teacher to explain their side and gather all the facts and evidence from their colleagues and students. And the second thing they can do is have a policy review. They should make sure the policy on social media, how to use it, and professionalism is clear and is being enforced. By responding in these two ways, they can show the school is accountable and have a commitment to make their learning environment safe and secure.
Impressive. Rightly said. Fairness does matter. But so does having a clear system in place, which the school should do is the next process. Now, the third question is how can social media policies be improved? That would be towards Kusum. And Kusum, also you can share on which all social media platforms are you active on.
So, yes, I'm using like Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook, and I should take care about what should I post in that platform. So the staff should be get proper training, regular training, and the policy should be explained what is acceptable and examples, so that give examples so that they never get confused. So this way they can improve social media policies.
I totally agree. By the way, go follow her on different social media platforms. Training and real life examples could really make policies stick towards students, communities, and even the profession where they belong. The last question I would say here would be, have you ever seen a similar situation? How did it make you feel? So I would take that one. Yes, I have actually seen professionals post things online that made me uncomfortable. It stuck with me because it reminded me that what you post online isn't separate from who you are, especially in a professional setting. Whether you mean it or not, people will form impression. that can literally affect your credibility in real life. So that was all from our side towards the reflective questions. I would give the stage to Honey to conclude the topic.
So let's conclude our presentation. We found that teachers' action were unethical from all three viewpoints. As per utilitarianism, too much harm was caused. As per deontology, duties were violated. And as per virtue ethics, character was compromised. So we believe school must take steps to protect the community and guide staff on responsible behavior. Also, teachers should be responsible towards their profession. So that was all from our side. Thank you for watching our presentation.